welcome to episode 10 of Fresh Graduates.
Well.
I'm Kevin,
Hello,
and you
Kevin.
are.
David.
And this is episode 10, baby. Let's do it. We
Let's
reached double digits.
go. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in to the number 10 episode. What an exciting time of our life, Kev. It is another milestone that we have hit. Thank you to everyone that continues to watch our episodes. And again, don't take any of us seriously. Don't take anything that we say to heart. We love all our listeners. We have no hate, no racism in our hearts.
Apology video will be coming.
Why are we dressed up today, Kev?
If any of you can guess what movie we are dressed up in, you might be our next guest on one of our future episodes.
Oh, I like it. Actually, we just dressed up because it's such a important event. Like, if it was my wedding, wouldn't you want to dress up for your wedding, Kev?
I'm dressing up for this better than I'm dressing for your wedding. And I'm sure you are too.
What are you coming in as my wedding? In my wedding, what are you?
Whatever
dressing?
you need me to be, best man.
There you go. Okay, touch me. I'm sweaty. My hands are sweaty.
Whatever he needs me to be.
What's it called? Yeah, how are you doing? I love this question.
So great.
Because we act like when we say, how are you doing? It's not like we just spent the last 2 hours together trying to prepare for this podcast.
What do people usually say when you ask them, how are you doing at your work?
Ah, man, you know
Living
what?
the dream?
Uh,
Do you get that a lot?
I have this like cringe routine with all my workmates, and I kind of hate that about the corporate environment where it's like, hey, how you going? Good. How are you?
Living
Good.
the dream.
And then that's it. Then we don't talk again for 2 hours. So it's a bit of an awkward thing, isn't it? Yeah. What about you? How do you say, like, do you actually want to know how your coworkers are going?
Ask me how I'm going.
Aye, good eye, Kev.
Hey, mate.
How's things going?
Yeah, good, mate. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. See, and then
Catch you around.
But then imagine, right? Imagine doing that 5 days in a row straight. I think it's a bit awkward.
How's your kids?
Yeah, you could kind of ask that. So because it's a perfect timing that we're in suits, it just lined up perfectly. Kevin has gone through a couple of interviews this week, haven't you, Kev? How did you go with the interviews?
Yes, I
Give
have.
us
We are going to spend the next however long teaching you guys how to interview.
Yes. Especially because this is the Fresh Graduates, I was about to say program again, podcast. We really want you guys to sign up. No, this is the Fresh Graduates podcast. And I think that is one big major flaw that we missed in high school. There was not really a subject to teach you how to present yourself in a podcast, to talk in a podcast. And especially like what we've...
a podcast or in an interview?
Oh, sorry, in an interview.
In an interview?
Sorry, yeah, in an interview. And then plus there's like group settings as well. How much more nerve-wracking is that? When was your first group setting interview?
First one was earlier this year. I actually hadn't done a group interview my whole life.
Oh, really?
Until earlier this year. And I hated it because you have to try and one-up every single other person in the room. Or try to. When was yours?
Yeah, I think, but then don't you reckon the interviewee can kind of figure out that like, oh, this guy's trying a little bit too hard, or like, is that the main aim? Do you have to one up everyone in the thing, or is it more just be yourself? What do you reckon?
I think it's better to stand out in that setting. I think that's what they're looking for, rather than being the little guy waiting for the opportunity.
And then sometimes you can be like I'm gonna try to act cool and casual.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stand out. But my first group interview, I don't know if you know this, I got through the second stage to work at Bunnings.
Oh, Bunnings.
Yeah. And it was a group interview. And if you guys don't know, those for our non-Australian listeners, Bunnings is probably like a core part of an Australian like culture, don't you reckon? Like with Bunnings, it's tradie, what is it?
It's the proper hardware store.
Yeah. And basically you have to have really good customer service. And if you guys have never like gone to Bunnings, they're the most nicest people, and they just can talk to you for ages. And there's so many memes online about like Bunnings employees, and they're just like, oh, where's the iPod I lost like 5 years ago? Oh, it's over here, because they know every single thing.
And there's like 70 aisles, and they memorize
memorize everything.
Single aisle.
They're the best people. Shout out to Bunnings.
And
but
they make the best sausages.
oh yeah. But it's up. What is it? $1.50 now.
Is it?
Sad guys.
Damn.
Yeah. No, my first group interview was as soon as I graduated high school. And this is while I was working at Coles as well. I was gonna try to double job at mate, and sounded worse than it. And basically what they're looking for is that type of customer service that Bunnings provides. And it was like, it shocked me what they ask you in the group setting. So first it's like, oh, like, how are you, like, what, tell me something about yourself, what do you do? And I feel like that part I was a bit confident, but then there was the second part. They're just like, all right, here's this glass container, like, for your glasses. Sell it to me.
Oh, if only you watched Wolf of Wall Street before that interview.
And that was the first part, and it was so awkward. And it's like, oh, this is a really nice looking, like, you know, it's tough, whatever, blah blah blah. And then there was another one, a next question, and then they're just like, all right, we're gonna ask you a question, and you have to reply in a mannerly way. And if you don't know how to answer to it, you just have to, like, be honest and say, like, oh, it's over there, blah blah blah. There's other people that are gonna help you in that section. So let me ask you this. So this is the question they asked me. All right. So this is, let me know how you would answer this. They're just like, okay, so I'm the customer, you're the Bunnings employee.
Hello, sir. How are you going today?
I'm good, thanks. Oh, I was just looking for toilets.
Toilets? Yeah, sure. Just down aisle 70 over there. If you just walk straight down here and take a left and then take a right after that, you'll be right there.
What do you reckon's the best toilet that I could buy?
Personally, I don't have too much experience with different types of toilets, but anything that has, like, maybe a seat warmer, if you're into things like that,
Yeah.
or something with a easily accessible flush button, something like that will be suitable.
Wow, you are such a great help. Thank you, sir.
No, thank you for coming into Bunnings
And that's
today.
why you would probably have been hired during that time. What I said was, I was just like, this is how you ask me. You're the interviewee, but I'm the Bunnings employee. Okay, go.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Where can I find the drills?
No, it's the toilet
Oh, it has to
question.
be toilet.
They
Oh.
actually asked me about the toilet.
Excuse me, sir. Where can I find the toilets?
Oh, it's down over there. And then you have to ask me like, oh, what's the best?
Where about? Oh, what's the best toilet?
Yeah.
What's the best toilet?
What's the best toilet to buy? I actually don't know. You can ask the people there. And that's how I answered. And basically, I didn't get that job, you know. And
Well, you had
it was a
another
sad-
job anyway.
Yeah. It was a sad time because
And who
Bunnings.
asked that anyway?
That's what I think. It was a trick to get to me, man.
Trick.
Because there was other people there that they probably wanted to give the job. Because the other guys, right? They got like, oh, what type of hammer should I buy? Or what type of mower should I buy? And the guys that answered, they're like, oh, there's a diesel one. There's one that's like electric. And I was like,
I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't know it
Okay.
either. But all these answers were so great. And then out of nowhere, they asked me toilet. I'm just like, dude, what else do you do with the toilet? You just flush it. That's it. But now I would know how to answer.
Well, you kind of got finessed in that situation.
I
But
think
at
I
the
did.
same time, they couldn't give you hammer as well. You would have been prepared.
Yeah,
had to give you something different.
Yeah. But man, that one was a tough one. But with your interviews this week, what do you reckon, like, you did well? What do you reckon you didn't do well in?
Number one most important thing you have to do before an interview
Go ahead.
is starts with an R, ends with a research. Research the company.
Uh-huh.
It is the most important thing you can do, and
Yep.
the most important thing you need to do,
Why is that?
because they're going to ask you questions about the company, such as, have you seen our YouTube channel? Do you know what we do? Such and such, things like that. And you have to be like, yes. And they'll say something such as, what do you think about it? And you have to explain yourself.
Did
And sometimes you can dig yourself in a little bit of a hole.
Yep. Did you go in? Is this experience from regret or experience from like satisfaction that you actually did what you're saying?
Middle ground. Middle ground. I did some research,
Yeah.
but I didn't. Actually, I hope they hire me before this podcast comes out.
Yeah.
But I did some research, but not as much as I should have.
This is gonna be awesome because we're gonna see Kev's progress through life when he gets this jobs that he's been applying for, and you know, I hope you do get it, man.
Thanks,
You've
man.
been working so hard to apply for so many jobs, but give me another tip or something bad that you did.
Here's one thing that I could have done a lot better on. They gave me a hypothetical, right? They told me to rank these 3 things in order of importance.
Oh, wait, sorry. Just for the listeners, just a heads up. Kev's applying for like film companies, basically. So go ahead.
So they told me final product is one of them. Well-being of people.
Wait, what's this?
Final product.
Of
Like
what?
what's more important? What's the most important?
Oh, are these principles or
These are just like steps and processes.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So final product, wellness of people, and processes.
Mm.
So I said processes because I thought I could describe processes the best.
Okay.
Like processes are like how you do things,
Yeah.
like your routine, all that stuff.
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
sure. And then what was the real answer? What was the right one?
I think the right answer is well-being of people.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
But that's the thing. I don't care.
You're in the service industry.
I don't care.
Wait, that's how you answered? What did you hear what else the other people answered?
No, it
Or
was just me.
this is a different one.
This is a different one. In my group interview, though,
Yep.
they paired us up into 2s,
Mm.
and they got us to explain ourselves to each other, and they got me to explain my partner.
Oh, to show how well you were listening.
Yeah.
Oh, did you listen well?
I remembered her name and what she did. That was it.
Oh man, because it's pretty nerve-wracking
Yeah.
being in that situation, especially for those that, you know, when you graduate. I mean, most people didn't really have jobs during high school. They only get it after high school.
Yeah, we went to private school, so we didn't need to work.
We're still paying it back to this day. What are you on about?
Some of us might be.
Then private school fees are insane.
No, we got the HEX fee to pay off too.
Yeah. Yeah, they never... we had a careers subject, but it wasn't really catered to getting a real life job. It was more like pathways into different, you know, courses, but nothing. Yeah, do you remember anything?
They taught us how to get into uni, basically. They never taught us.
How to get a job?
They never taught us taxes or
That's the problem with school.
like HEX and all this other stuff. And now we're just
Mm.
copying it in our face right now.
They're teaching you just how to be a 9-to-5 worker.
Mm.
You know what they should do in schools, Kev? Teach you how to start your own podcast.
But then everyone would have a podcast,
Yeah, well,
and then we'd be saturated out.
ooh, that's true.
Mm.
How to start
Bike shop.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting. Well, that could be coming in the future.
How to start a gym.
Ooh, run it
Ooh.
back.
Oh. Say that again.
Well,
So do your research
Yeah.
when you're about to go into an interview. Everyone.
is that all your advice?
that is the most important piece of advice.
That's it.
Also, ask questions.
True.
Ask questions when they're at the end of the interview, when they go, "Do you have anything for us?"
What's the salary?
How many days do I get off?
How much sick leave do I have?
Can I bring my dog into the office?
Yeah, the ask questions is pretty critical. I feel that that will help so much for like showing that you actually researched into the company, you're curious. I think a good advice that I always read was that whatever you say, make it relatable to the job. So when they ask you like, oh, what are your favorite hobbies? Don't be like, oh, I love to run around and with the butterflies and just look at them and analyze them. No, but like I remember,
Ooh.
I get this guy out.
All right then.
I remember for Coles, which is my first job, if you guys have listened in the last few episodes, I remember them asking me that question. What's your favorite, like, what do you do in your spare time? And this is the most cheesiest answer.
Oh, I stack shelves.
This is the most cheesiest answer. I was like, oh, I love to play guitar. I love to draw because it inspires me. And I'm just like, I'm like this. I love to go to the gym because like it like molds my character and like strengthens me. I said all that.
Helps you stack shelves.
And
Going to the
yeah, I ended up getting that job. So
Maybe
yeah.
that wasn't the reason you got the job. Maybe it was another question.
Well,
Maybe that was just like
they hit me with some pretty hard questions from memory. Do you want me to ask you the one that they asked me
Yeah,
that
all right.
stumbled me? Do you know what OH and S is?
Yes.
So they asked me this. Have you ever experienced a situation where you're like you might compromise OH and S, and what did you do in it?
There was one time when I was working filming local football, and they made me get up onto a roof to film the match.
I'm sorry.
And it was rainy and very windy that day, and I held the umbrella in one hand and the camera in the other hand.
So you did break OH and S.
I broke it, but I made a very good final product, so that is why you should hire me.
Oh. See, so my answer, I think the idea is you're not supposed to break it.
Well, I was young. I didn't know, man.
Because that's the thing. Like, if they say, like, what are the worst like traits about you? Like, what's your weakness? That's what they ask.
I like work too hard.
No, that's the thing. I remember you have to kind of like bring it back to the point where it speaks positively about you. So I say like, my weaknesses are I take on too much work. But then to overcome that, I make a list and prioritize what's first. But with going back to the OH and S question, they asked me, "Oh, what's that OH and S question?" And I said, "I work with my dad, like using the ladder, and there's sometimes that like there's things that you can step on just to get to like a certain platform that you want to go up to." And I would always say, "No, Dad, like use the ladder." And that's how I answer that, because I think breaking OH and S, I mean, they could get sued and
You
lose.
can't do that. If you get injured, it's on them.
Yeah. What?
If you get injured,
Yeah.
it's on whoever's. It's on the company. It's
True.
on the store.
True.
But also remember, we're answering these questions at 25. I would not be able to answer this at 21.
Hey, I answered that at 21.
You answered it. I would have been like,
Yeah. You got to come really prepared.
Yeah.
Ask every question and
do your research.
Yeah. Come in prepared and do your research.
Come in willing and keen. Just like how we come in doing this podcast.
Because we're going back to, I guess, our first jobs. Do you have a funny story? Because in your let's not name the job that you worked at. Oh, should we? It doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he worked at Woolies.
Yes, I do work at Woolies.
So what's Woolies for the non-Australian listeners?
Woolies used to be called Safeway, which I still call Safeway.
There was something else before it, not Safeway. Oh no, sorry, that's Coles. I'm sorry.
What was Coles called before?
Bilo.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. For the young listeners, yeah, that's what we grew up. That's what we grew up with.
Oh.
So at Woolies, for my job interview, they asked me why I wanted to be there, and you know what I said?
Go ahead.
I said because I need the money.
They swear.
Swear.
Oh.
And they hired me.
Wow. They like your confidence.
So my manager said to me like 2-3 years after, he goes, "You know why I hired you that day, Kevin? Because you were being honest."
Oh.
And everyone else came in and they were like, "Oh, I really like this company, blah, 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 blah."
But then,
and you were just like, "I'm here just to make some money." So yeah.
And
Thanks, manager.
Your manager loved you as well.
This was another manager, the previous one. Yeah.
But you could say something along the lines of, "I want to build my like customer service." I think that should be true.
Well, at 20 years old, I wasn't really thinking about that.
That's not why you're really applying, right? You actually just need the money.
Just need the money.
But I remember some of the funniest stories at Coles because my Coles, it was there were so many crackheads there at my Coles.
Employees or customers?
Both. No, but a lot of
Mm.
customers because it's in how do I say this? How do I say this lightly?
The West Side.
Yeah, it's in a ghetto area, basically. And there were so many crackheads that would steal. And that was the first time I really saw like people stealing a lot of things. And what people steal at Coles, they'd be stealing like razors, they'd be stealing meat, stealing like pack of cigarettes, and it's a lot of money.
How do you steal cigarettes?
Um
Because you have to go to the counter for them.
Yeah, there's a way, but I don't
Wow,
want to. I don't
okay.
want to say it because I'm probably gonna be working back there again. So
Yeah,
So I
rest
don't-
in peace to David's schedule and
yeah,
anyone trying to message
we're
him.
gonna keep making this podcast work. I promise you guys. No, don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm going back to that employee. But some of the funniest stories are with crackheads. But a memorable story that I remember is when my manager ran over his foot with the pallet jack.
Oh,
Yeah, and this
oh.
it was because this goes back to the OHS thing that you reminded me. And this when it happened, he basically couldn't work ever again, and Coles had to pay him out. So,
But
yeah.
he did that to himself in a way.
It's an electric pallet jack.
So he wasn't driving it.
He was driving
So
it
how did he run over his own foot?
because if you go around the corner and you're too like tight to the corner, it can actually run your foot
Didn't know how
over
to drive, huh?
a little bit. But yeah, that's my memorable story.
Well, good riddance to that guy.
Yeah,
Hope he's
feels
gonna-
bad. No, I hope you're doing well, and you know who you are if you're ever listening to this story. You were a really good manager.
Sorry about your foot.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to go to our next story because I really want to focus on our niche, which is like the fresh graduates, and kind of any advice or. I think that's why we're interviewing people now, right? Don't you reckon? Is that why we're doing that, Kev?
For what?
For the fresh
clout?
graduates. No, because I find it interesting seeing people's transition from high school into where they are now, and like any advice that they could give.
A lot of
And-
people change, but
Yeah.
a lot of us have stayed the exact same. I want to say.
Yeah. I feel in a way I've stayed. You've changed a lot, I would say.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty.
You've
Pretty
gotten. Yes, you have. And you've gotten a lot
Come
more
on.
you've gotten a lot more chill. You were so like angry before.
I was passionate about my work. Passionate.
But one thing I would advise people that graduate is to travel. Cuz it opens your mind to what's out there, and cuz you've been bubbled into this environment for 12 years, and especially our school, it was a Christian school. Man, like the first Muslim I met was in university. I didn't know, and like, you know, like I didn't know anything about their culture, and it was awesome like learning about it. But because you were so bubbled, I was like, what are you guys fasting for so long? What is Ramadan? And it was I was so curious. But that's why I would advise to travel.
I
And-
feel like from every biography I've ever read, maybe 70% of them have all traveled in their 20s.
I agree. That's actually a good thought because, yeah, like I think when you're younger, your mind is more capable to, what's the word?
To take in.
Is indulge the right word?
Yeah, let's go with indulge.
Yeah, everything around you, and when you're inspired by different environments, it's good. And so that brings me to my next
well,
segue. Me and this guy, when did we go? We went to
we didn't travel straight out of high school. We
Yeah.
traveled, I want to say, 2 or 3 years after high school.
Yeah, when we
But
made money, that's
went
why.
to
Singapore. Singapore. Put the Crazy Rich Asians playback thing. So what you know, I'm curious because I went to Singapore the year before we went, and I remember telling you, Kev, we have to go to this place. Like this is the best, one of the best countries in the world. And so what pushed you over to coming with me?
Well, I really wanted to go to Thailand first of all, but we.
You know how many minutes I cut out of that last episode?
Oh, I thought it was just the end of it. Oh, I kept quite a few things in there.
Jeez, come on, make my edit more easier, man.
I'm just saying I wanted to go to Thailand.
Okay,
but
sorry.
we decided to go to Singapore because
Why did you want to go to Singapore?
Because Singapore looked freaking beautiful
Yeah.
and the food looked amazing.
And we were so blessed because we went right before COVID.
We went December
year?
2019,
Yeah.
and then COVID hit Feb.
So
Of 2020.
no, not 2 years. We went quite late, 4 years.
Oh, 4 years. Wow,
Yeah.
we were really bubbled up.
Bad. But yeah, I would advise anyone to travel as soon as you can. Don't worry about saving up because
Yeah, stuff it.
you make enough money when you're older anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get too caught up in that, but travel, man. What were your favorite memories in Singapore?
You know why Singapore was so good? Because for both of us, I think it was our first time where we didn't have parents around us for 2 weeks.
Yep.
And we were just free to do whatever we want, whenever we want, however we want, and with whoever we
And
want.
ate whatever we want,
And yes,
you know? Drank whatever we want, you know, keep it PG.
like just apple juice and
Yeah.
orange juice.
and orange juice.
And whenever we wanted.
Sometimes sugarcane juice, which is shout out to Singapore.
Durian smoothies.
Yeah, it was a good time, and I'm so glad we went on that. But just a bit of context for the listeners, we were so broke, our room did not have a window.
Our room had no window.
But what did we trade? What did we trade for the no window?
breakfast.
Yeah, we had breakfast every day, unlimited breakfast.
We also only had one bed,
That's fine.
one
with me.
queen size bed, and we had to share that.
Yeah,
And we worked out a few differences we had in our
Oh,
sleeping
100%.
styles, our
100%.
morning routine, a bunch of other
I
things.
think right after
Like we were married.
right after Singapore, I got really sick of you. I'm gonna be honest, and we fought a lot at Singapore as well.
Okay, it wasn't a lot. I remember one instance, but not heaps.
But I got really pissed off at you because I don't really remember the situation, but Kevin's energy at 5 a.m. in the morning or 6 a.m. in the morning, I can't sometimes take it, and he was a little bit too much. But I would say because of that, I would say we got so much more closer. But man, Singapore was amazing. Like, just all the, I think it is that. Sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place, but because we were so bubbled in by our parents, both of our parents are quite strict, and all of our mates were kind of like running loose, doing whatever they want because their parents were chill with it, but I think our parents are a bit more conservative. And so when they finally let us, and I was surprised my parents let me go to Singapore. Like, wow, okay, but they knew it was because it was with you, and that was when your first YouTube video went up as well, wasn't it?
I started my YouTube a bit before that.
Yeah.
But it was one of my YouTube videos.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Let's not go there.
Why is that?
Well,
it's hard vlogging. But yeah, what was your favorite place in Singapore? Don't say that one. Keep it good.
Well, we went to. You know what was honestly low-key really good? That aquarium we went to.
Yeah, and we were about to not go to it as well.
And then we saw that massive 100-meter tank with all those sharks and stingrays and stuff. Rest in peace, Steve Owen. But
rest in peace, Steve Owen. You are
an inspiration,
a national hero. Yeah. And
I used to have a crush on your daughter.
Really, Bindi?
Yeah.
I mean, she's of age now.
What? Hey, whoa! Don't put me in this. Don't dig this hole for me.
So the aquarium was your favorite.
It was one of. I honestly don't remember that much. It's been 4 years now.
Yeah. I mean, I went there again this year, earlier in the year.
No, you know what my favorite memory was? Orchard Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Orchid.
Now that we.
It was Orchid.
Oh,
Street.
Orchid.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that street, if you guys don't know, let's put up a photo. But basically, it's this one street that had every single thing you could possibly think of, as in brands, necessities, entertainment, food, everything. And it was like a big Disneyland, but just this one street. And I remember I told Kev, let's go around Christmas, because that was when like all the lights would be going up, and then we got all the crazy sales. That was a good time. My favorite memory of Singapore was the bookstore, in all honesty. There was this one bookstore, I don't know, I think it was you that found it.
Yeah, I found it because we separated for a little bit, probably because we got sick of each other.
Maybe.
But we did some exploring.
Oh, and that's the thing what I loved with doing with Kev. Man, me and this guy, we walked, I reckon 20,000 steps minimum every single day in Singapore, because everything is so accessible, and plus we just love to walk around.
It felt like we were escaping from North Korea. That's how much we walked every day.
Why do you have to bring it's such a wholesome talk. But anyways, yeah, this bookstore, it's one level. I forgot the name of it.
It's Kinyo.
Yeah, that one. I love Kinyo, yeah, because it's first the biggest bookstore I've ever seen. Second, it has all the architecture books I've like ever needed, because most bookstores, they don't actually have an architecture section, or it's not that big. But well,
Australian bookstores are one plot of land.
yeah, it's so
This
tiny.
bookstore was
A whole level.
no exaggeration, maybe 20 plots of one bookstore here.
And you can just get lost in reading, and yeah, that was fun, man. I miss Singapore. Where's the next place? I think we've asked this, but let's say me and you. Where's the next place we could realistically go? And then, you know what, for you guys, we're going to do a podcast at that place. Imagine wherever we go.
If I could throw a dart and place it exactly where I wanted to go.
Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, I want to go to Iraq. No,
Yeah.
but it would be Japan.
Japan. I feel like we won't like Japan.
Why
in
not?
all honesty, I reckon it would be so cramped. I reckon. Look, man, no haters out there. I personally want to visit Japan, but I feel like it's a tad bit overrated. Do you reckon?
Look, we've never been, so I'm not gonna say anything.
That's
on
true.
that,
I've never been either.
but every person I've heard that goes to Japan loves
They
it.
loved it.
So I want to love it too.
Where would we do the podcast? In those like shuttle, you know those beds that like, it's like literally like this big. And
Yeah,
they
because
just,
we'd
like,
be the tallest people there.
not
so-
me. I'd be average height.
So it'd be like, hey, konnichiwa, we're doing a podcast from this cat cafe.
Oh,
All those weird places that they have.
And then the Starbucks. Have you seen the Starbucks there? It's huge. Okay, let's make it happen. So it's up to you guys. If you guys keep listening and liking our videos, that maybe eventually we can make our way to Japan. But that would I want to do that. The next time we travel, no matter what, where it is, even if it's to Sydney.
All right. There's a Kinyo Kawawa in Sydney.
What?
There's that bookstore in Sydney.
I thought he had like a little like spasm over here. Okay, is there actually?
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't they have one in Melbourne?
Because Melbourne sucks.
Yeah.
Do you remember the one time I got pissed off at you in Singapore?
No, I don't.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I ran out of money, right?
Okay.
So I had to go to a ATM to withdraw cash.
Money. Yep.
And the withdrawal fee was $50.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was $50.
Whoa, really?
Yes. And
50 Singaporean dollars?
50 Oz. And I was already like kind of angry. I was like, man, $50, which I went to another ATM. And you just kept like rubbing it in my face. You're like, $50, $50. You should have just withdrawn with me.
Oh, well.
I was like, all right, dude. And I started like nudging you. like onto the road, like really subtly.
Oh yeah, and then we screamed. I think I remember
Okay,
that.
we did not scream. When did we
was like-
scream?
I was just like,
Had enough of your crap.
yeah. I don't remember.
I don't
like,
think we screamed.
if we screamed or not, but yeah, I remember that. I don't remember it being $50 though.
I remember it.
I think I just remember telling you you should have withdrawn with me. That's the thing. Does that annoy you? How do you feel like when we deal with conflict?
I'm okay now.
Yeah.
Now I'm okay.
Mm.
Now I understand some things you know better than me, and some things I know better than you. So we even out.
So before you thought you were the alpha.
I feel like we're both betters when we walk around in the real world. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good that
We're fake alphas.
No, I would definitely not call myself an alpha. That's for sure. But I'm glad that we settled our differences in Singapore because again, I think that's what brought us a lot closer. But yeah, man, it was like as if we were married. Like I had to sleep in the same bed as this guy, and
Share
I still
the same shower, share the same toilet.
yeah, I still had to wake him up for our unlimited breakfast. And being the good wife that I was, I still did it. I still woke you up.
Thanks, man. Well, the reason I slept in was because we stayed out
Reading books.
Yeah, reading books.
Reading books very late with drinking some orange juice.
Yes, reading books very
This
late
guy.
with some good friends that we met over there.
I can't believe you're about to blast me showing some videos today. I want to show you a video. I don't know if I can get it going, but let's see if we can do something.
Man, how good was Singapore? Seriously.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how to segue this into the next bit.
Into this random video. All right, I'm just gonna start talking random for a little bit.
No, I want your
Okay, sure.
I want your. Have you seen this?
I see the picture.
Yeah. Have you? Something happened this week, and culturally, this is why I love black people, because they're just.
Oh, we tread lightly here.
They're just so together, and like if they see one person struggling, they're like, I'm gonna help you out because we're black. I think with Asians that doesn't necessarily happen.
No, Asians are the biggest conflict avoiders in the world.
Not only that, but if for example, if you saw an Asian, let's say, getting robbed, like they're there down the street, like 100 meters from you, would you?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I wouldn't either.
No.
So with context, this video is from Alabama, and basically
Nice
one
place.
African man gets kind of, ganged up on by quiche eaters.
Oh, surprising that happens in
And
Alabama.
we'll just see what happens. I want you to react to it.
Man, nothing crazy ever happens in Alabama. Definitely not racist over there. Get off me, fool!
You see?
Oh!
So what's happening for the listeners is there's 5 white guys ganging up on one
Just the
African.
1970s?
But just watch how they group themselves, and I love it.
And I know those two blacks don't even know each other too.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
don't. Look at this guy. This guy's swimming across, trying to just help him out.
That boy swimming his ass over there. God damn. That boy finna help that boy. Get up there, young boy. Get up there, young boy.
See how they're hyping each other up? I
Mhm.
love it. Now look at him. There's like, watch.
What's up?
Now the whites they've messed up.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
And look, there's employees that are in the blue. Those are just employees that are working on the dock.
Oh, dude! Oh.
And then look, they start joining in.
See ya!
Start joining in. And I know you're gonna like this one, Kev, because there's a WWE move in here.
About to put him in the Batista bomb. Oh.
Just wait. Look how many there are.
Oh, dude, I'm running straight away. Oh, that uppercut. Oh.
I love it's so satisfying seeing justice. So
Look at his jersey.
is that all you got? Just wait, there's a little bit more. This is the one. This is a WWE move, Kev. Just wait for it. Watch.
Oh, he pulled out the steel chair. Oh, my. Oh, my. That man's going to hospital for the next 9 years.
And he's going to jail. Yeah, that's it basically.
See, look, man, I gotta be honest with you here, bro.
Go ahead.
If you were involved in any one of these fights, I'm the guy holding the phone.
Oh, you're not gonna help me out.
But what am I
You
supposed?
dog.
What am I supposed to do against those 5 over there? What do you want me to do?
How satisfying was that video though? Because those 5 white men got their justice served. Because apparently, the story behind it is the guy was just doing his job, telling the white men to move their boat because they docked in an illegal like area, and the guy's just like, you guys got to move your boat, blah blah blah, and they're a little bit intoxicated.
And they're from Alabama, so.
And then they just started 5 of them and on a security guard. He's just doing his job. And how crazy is that? How many people joined in?
They always stick together.
And
Something we don't do.
yeah, with us Asians, I don't think that's happening. That's definitely not happening. We just record it.
Yeah, we also don't get into a lot of fights in all honesty.
Oh, but
Us Asians?
that's not Asian against Asian. That's white against black.
I don't see a lot of Asians and other cultures getting into it.
But do you remember during that whole pandemic?
Oh yeah, we were getting destroyed. There was nothing we could do about that.
Because we just, not we, but China spread the virus.
China.
And
Yo, we gotta get rid of
They were
this
just-
China flu.
oh, is that your Donald Trump impression?
China.
And yeah, like they're just getting finessed, getting ganged up on, and I don't think any Asians kind of helped each other.
Well, if Brock Lesnar came up to me and tried to get in a punch on with me, I wouldn't help anyone. I wouldn't help anyone either. So, understandable.
That's our update for the week. Anything else happening in the news though, Kev?
Well, for those of you who don't know, Kevin Spacey has been in a lot of media recently.
So Kevin Spacey is famous from
House of Cards and
a bunch of other movies.
yeah, like 7, Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses. Yep. What did he do
American
now?
Beauty, all those movies.
But wasn't he? So I have no clue what's happened. So I'm just gonna ask questions from my general knowledge. Wasn't he already convicted for like child molestation?
Yeah,
or
so
something?
Kevin Spacey is a bit of a trickster.
What did he do?
Bit of a trickster, likes to trick little people and
Keep going.
and take him into lonely places where no evidence can be recorded.
Oh, what?
Hold on, let me keep myself in the clear. Allegedly.
Wait. He brings them to a space.
Spacey.
Hey, tricks.
He-
Wait, so what happens? He brings them to like a space where there's no evidence? Or-
Yeah, he takes people away, and there's a bit of a gropey guy.
But this is still with little kids.
Yes, mainly little boys.
Okay, keep going.
And he has not been convicted because there is no evidence against him. No found evidence against him.
But then all the boys are speaking up, saying that this guy is touching me.
It's one of those situations where there's only voice and there's no
Evidence.
literal evidence.
But
so-
this is just touching, isn't it?
yeah, it's like groping and all that type of stuff. He's a bit of a trickster, this Kevin Spacey guy.
That's so gross. What? That's mental problems, man. I don't know.
Look, great actor,
Yeah.
just not a great person.
Yeah, I mean that totally tarnishes your career because of what you're actually doing outside of your career.
So what's your favorite Kevin Spacey moment then?
I have no Kevin.
Okay.
My favorite is probably just Horrible Bosses. He
Yeah.
was so good in that, and he acted. When he was being that horrible boss, and it was like, oh, you were late 1 minute. Also, it's the clock's fault. Oh, I should fire the clock guy. Like he was doing all that, and I
Really
could.
fits into his character now
Yeah.
that you look back.
Yeah, I can imagine that he didn't need to act that much.
Honestly, after I found out all these allegations, when you look back into his old films,
Yeah.
it's so weird.
Okay, so what other films has he done?
Because in American Beauty, he falls in love with this high school girl
Oh,
from
but he's
from another family. Yeah, and he's playing a parent
oh.
who has a kid that's friends with that girl. I'm pretty sure.
Is that his first movie? He kind of got famous. of?
No, he's been famous for a long time. I don't remember his first movie.
What year was that? American Beauty.
I want to say 2000 or late 90s.
Jeez.
But yeah, I
He's been
rewatched
doing
that.
that for that long.
Rewatched that, and that looked very weird now.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
It was a trickster from the beginning.
Ew.
Mhm.
I don't know how I feel about that.
What else is on the news, David?
Sorry, I'm just gonna charge my iPad because it's about to die over here.
Sure, I'll just keep everyone entertained.
Yeah.
So let's just go into a deep conspiracy theory here. Everyone, birds are not real. I just want to make that very
Oh my
clear to you
gosh.
all. Birds are not real.
Are you actually gonna keep going with this?
Yes. So the reason COVID existed is because the government wanted to change batteries on all the birds, so they had to lock everyone inside. And the reason why they needed to change the batteries is because birds are used as surveillance cameras, and their poo is their markers. So if they poo in your car, it means the government is watching you. So be very wary of that.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Have you ever seen a dead bird, David? I have
Yes,
never seen a
I've
dead
seen
bird.
plenty
No,
of dead birds.
you haven't. They are all
I literally
fake.
saw
They
one.
are all fake.
Okay. So why do you think the government's done this though? Like, what's their reasoning for
So
it?
they can watch us. So
But
we
don't
don't
you
do
think-
any Kevin Spacey type of activities here.
But don't you think they can already watch us with our phones, with all the
Hey,
cameras that they've got
but
out?
before that, hey, these fake birds have been around from the 60s, you know?
Oh my gosh. Are you a flat earther?
No, but
Okay.
birds are fake.
All right.
You know how they recharge? By sitting on those electric wires.
Can we move on to the next
Oh,
topic?
yeah, sure.
Because I'm not gonna go through this.
Just be wary, guys. If a bird poos
Come
on
on,
your
they-
car,
They-
clean it
we're,
ASAP.
we're trying to give them value.
This is value.
Watch out for birds.
Watch out for birds.
Um,
What else is in the news, David?
no, so this is what I want to ask you about because you messaged me throughout the week. I don't really know what's happening much with the news, but you're talking about some artist. Is it an artist? I don't know. Her name is Lizzo.
Yeah, she's a singer.
She's a singer.
Yes.
Okay, and so apparently something controversial has happened throughout the week, and I tried to research it, and I didn't understand what was going on. So can you just give a rundown or give some context to our listeners?
So Lizzo is a singer
Yep.
who sings songs,
Mm.
and she has been sued for sexual harassment. Mm.
Okay. Is there any other features that you wanna bring up about Lizzo?
Okay, so Lizzo, let's just say, is what's a good way to say it?
All right. So if everyone on Earth was the size of a ping pong ball, Lizzo would be in ratio, because this isn't saying anything mean. In ratio,
Oh, of course, no way.
in ratio, she would be
Tennis ball.
okay, tennis ball. Okay, that's not that bad. Okay, all right.
All right.
She's a bit more larger than
Flamboyant.
a ping pong ball, because we're all ping pong balls, and she's
Yes, some people are
tennis
mustard
ball.
seeds, some people are sesame seeds.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
And so now she's been convicted.
She is being sued for
sued.
fat shaming her backup dancers. Number one. Number two, she's also being sued because allegedly she made her some backup dancers eat bananas out of people's bums.
Oh,
And people, yeah.
what? And then what else has she been sued for?
She also made so they had this concert in Jersey, and she made people walk to Manhattan to get her a cheesecake. Yeah, allegedly.
Man.
Allegedly, can't sue me.
I don't get what these fat shaming things are about. I don't understand it. I don't know. Can we go off topic here a little bit? Can we talk freely without being so, what's the word, criticized?
Sure.
I don't understand why it's okay to be of a larger size. Why is that being normalized?
Laziness is being normalized, and being a larger size is a sign of laziness.
Okay. But is it... Because what I don't understand is it generally means that you're not healthy. That's it. There's no other way to say it. A larger person isn't gonna live longer, generally than a healthier person. And so all this criticism about not being able to be fat shamed, obviously don't bully someone, but if someone says to you, hey man, you're getting a little bit big,
don't be offended.
I think don't be offended, man. I think that should, if anything, that person cares for you. That person loves you. So Lizzo, if you ever listen to our Fresh Graduates podcast, first
we love you, we respect you, but hey, we want to see you around till you're 80. I want to show my kids that
how great of an artist
you are.
Yeah.
I want to show my grandkids how great of an artist you are, and that's not possible at this current moment. Well, with these lawsuits and everything, you're not going to be an artist for much longer. So hey, come on,
you gotta stay together, relevant, and you gotta stay healthy. Look, man, we're not the most healthiest people out, but if we were compared to a ping pong ball, we'd probably just be a golf ball.
Yeah, maybe
just
a cricket ball or something like that.
But with Lizzo, yeah, I don't know. That's the news that she's been convicted, and man, that's what people do in power. They're crazy, and especially if that fame gets to your head.
Yes, we've seen two examples right there of fame getting to.
Who's the other example?
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, yeah, Kevin Spacey.
We've seen two examples right there of people with fame trying to, what's the word?
Get to you?
Dominate?
Yeah. Gets to your head, man. And, for us guys, that fame will never get to us.
We promise we won't be like this.
We will always stay humble.
We'll always stay the same.
Remember what we always say, man. Practice gratitude.
Yes.
Stay safe.
Lizzo, Kevin Spacey, practice gratitude.
Be grateful for what you have.
Be grateful for what you have. You're a great actor. You're a great singer. Keep it that way.
Let's come to our closing remarks.
We've provided some great value today.
We have, man. The interview stuff, I think it was really, really good. The Alabama. So if you are of a certain
Sweet home.
person, do not go to Alabama, I think, because look what they do to just people working. And Kevin Spacey and Lizzo,
a good riddance.
Whatever you're gonna get towards you, you probably deserve it, because that's not how you should be treating other people.
Exactly. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. That's right. That's we live by those values. But I want to ask you one last question, Kev, because we always ended on a last question. If you were to be, if you were in a room, who would you rather be in the room alone with? Michael Jackson or no, I'm joking. That's not the question.
Both, actually.
All right, here's my last
I want Michael Jackson to sing to me while Kevin Spacey.
Acting. Yeah. He's acting. He's only acting. Here's the last question. It's a bit of a random one, but Kevin, what is your gongcha order?
I'm a very basic guy, I want to say.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I just get premium pearl. What's it called? Pearl milk tea.
Yep.
I get pearl milk tea, but I go half sugar and I go half ice.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks for
Wait, that
listening,
was it?
everyone. Yeah. That's it.
David, what's your gongcha order?
My gongcha order is 3J, which is it's got like custard, I think pearl milk tea as well, and then some other thing, but that's it. I didn't want to ask you what did you want to say to your younger? Have I asked you that?
Yeah, well, I think we did it.
I think it had to be like the
A long
first few
time ago.
episodes. Yeah.
But stay away from gongcha, everyone. It might turn you from a ping pong ball into a into another type of ball.
Oh wait! Sorry, I'm so sorry. I don't want to end it on that because that's a bit weird. Here it is. Here's the last one. Here's my last question. Last. What has been your favorite memory from the last 10 episodes?
All the guests we've brought on.
No, you gotta give one, dude.
I gotta give one.
Yeah.
You can't just put me on the spot like
Come
that.
on.
You know what it is?
No, it's not even a guess. Just one favorite memory that you had.
You know what it is? Honestly, me waiting outside your work, excited, keen, willing to do 2 hours of talking with you.
You're a good guy, Kev.
Just getting ready to.
You are my best friend for sure. And I'm glad we fought so much at Singapore. So to end up doing a podcast, my favorite memory would probably be Philly losing and then you having to eat that chili,
All right.
chili chip. And you tend to present yourself pretty well, but that time I couldn't
Dude, that chip
hold
was so
myself
spicy.
how uncomfortable you were, and you're trying to listen to Ben, and you still. So yeah, that's it. Thanks again for listening. Any ending remarks, Kev?
We're not doing this for clout. We're just doing this because we want to do it.
No, we want to do it because we want to give you guys value.
And we want to have
that's
fun.
it.
And we enjoy it. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, when we're learning, man. Like our last episode, thanks to our mate Nicholas, because of him, we had to do 3 days of editing, and that's your fault. Okay.
Come on, man.
You gotta be careful. And I hope that our future guests just be careful because we don't want to keep editing. This one was a good one, Kev.
Yeah, relatively clean for what we're usually known for.
It's gotta be subtle. The jokes. It can't be.
Look, sometimes things just come to my head, and I just need to release it
right.
as soon as possible.
And the listeners have to interpret it for themselves. So it's like the ping pong ball. And the tennis ball thing, I think that's pretty good.
See, we're learning. 10 episodes in, we're learning.
Here we go,
We're learning
boys.
how to
Here
express our opinions without offending anyone.
So our next big milestone has to be like 50 or something. It can't be.
Bro.
How many years
So
would
we
we
do
be
one
in?
episode every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So another 40 episodes. That's 80 weeks. That's a year and a half.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's a year and a half.
Yeah.
What if we have a kid by then?
Ooh, whoa. Or what if you have a full-time job and can't do this?
No,
Or
I will always do this, no matter through Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp.
we're gonna make it happen,
I'll always
guys.
be there for
Just
you.
keep listening. We're always gonna be here for each other, Kev.
Yes.
And we're going to be here for you guys. So we want to thank you again.
I'm crying behind these sunglasses.
We want to thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed us being in suits. I don't know why we did it. Well, it was because it was a special.
What movie is it, guys?
We should dress up for movies from now on.
Yeah, sure.
But we don't have money.
Yeah, sure. Let's do. I don't know. Maybe.
I would do like, what's it called? Back to the Future. That's easy.
Oh,
Just
that's
wear
what you were going.
Red vest and then.
I shouldn't say the movie. I'm thinking. All right, let's just go. Let's just go ahead.
Let's just end it.
Just go ahead.
It's getting longer and
Yeah.
longer. All right. Thanks again, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe. Please comment because it keeps us, intertwined with our audience, and we want to be closer to you guys if you want us to, and we want you guys to ask us questions as well. We want it to be collaborative. That's the one. And we listen to our last few episodes. We thank you guys, and remember, always stay safe, stay blessed, and practice gratitude.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks
Have
for
a
watching.
good week. See you next time.